And I invite you with confidence.
Live.
I am a vessel for receiving anything that I want.
Okay.
I take chance. I attract.
Live.
I love knowing
Why don't we just do
that I am the creator of my reality.
that? Hello, everyone. We are going live. We are doing some more free tarot readings. I'm trying to just block. I don't really want to block that, but that's what we're doing right now. Seeing how this goes. Plugging in my thing here. Free tarot readings if anybody wants one. I do have a link in my profile that if you want to be jumped up to the front, that will you have a few options to do a VIP situation here, and that is what we are doing today. Hello, Melissa, Nix, and user. Let me open my email over here, and that is open. 53. Cool. I am ready. Let's do this. Go that way. Hello, Peggy Sue Tunnel. Hello. Doing some free tarot readings if anybody wants one. Yeah, just kind of, let's see if we share this. Let's share this and go here, 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 here. Do. Oh, shared up to 15 people. Send. Hello, Chris. Hello, Barbara. How are we all doing today? Hello, positivity and peace. Hello, Rosa. What's going on? What brings you to TikTok on this nice Friday? Liking the live, trying to get some people in here.
Yes, I am magnetic, attracting prosperity, connected to infinite abundance.
What's going on, Rosa? Hello, Lupita. Habibi? Hello? Welcome in, Jennifer. We're doing some free tarot readings. There is no line right now. The line is completely open. If anybody wants a free tarot reading. I'm going to put this over here. Some comments are being edited, so I don't know who wrote something. It went pretty well, but a bit sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Rosa. At least, do you feel better, though? I don't remember what your question was. I'm sorry. I do a lot of tarot readings, but do you feel better, though? Hello, Durham. Tell you something you don't know. The Power Rangers started on August 28th, 1993. Does that help? I don't know. What are you exactly looking for, Lupita? Yeah, I mean, at least now you know, Rosa, and now you can move on to somebody else. You can do some personal reflection, and you don't have to keep holding that in. That's the joy of finally getting something off of your chest. Boston, hello. Lupita's back. Let's like the live. I'm going to like this live to get more people in here. Does Lauren have feelings for me? All right, Jolson. We are going to revise your question a little bit. Deborah, I can do a reading for you. You can be next, Deborah. So I've got Deborah on the line. We are doing Jolson right now. All right, so Jolson, we are going to revise your question to more reflect you versus somebody else's energy. So instead of asking, does Lauren have feelings for me? I want to ask, do you have feelings for Lauren? And Deborah, you're in the hot seat, so you are going to be next.
I do chase. I simply attract.
Jolson, there we go. Nope, that's Rosa, but I feel so much better now. I'm going
I expect
to...
it to be given.
Perfect. Cool, Rosa.
I am worthy of this kind of.
But do you like her, Jolson? Let's focus on you. How do you feel about the situation, Jolson? We want to focus on how you feel about the situation, not somebody else. I also don't have access to her information. Jen, you are after Deborah. Okay, so you like, I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. There's so many comments here. You like Lauren. So Jolson, do you want to be romantically involved with Lauren? So do you want to ask more of like, how can I get romantically involved with Lauren? How can I tell Lauren that I like her? What, like, we kind of need to, let's give you the next actionable step instead of going too far already. You are already, what? I'm lost. Jolson, I need to have a little bit more. Okay, cool. No, well, you're seeing each other today, but are like, I mean, does she know that you like her? But does she, so you've been seeing each other, sure, but like, no. Okay, so do you want to ask, how can Jolson tell Lauren that I don't know what your pronouns are. How can Jolson, okay, so let's do that. How can Jolson tell Lauren that they like her? Let's do that. Deborah's next, and then Jen. For those of you on the YouTubes, I do have, there's a link in my profile with some VIP readings if you want to pay and jump to the front of the live. We are asking Jolson, how can Jolson, Eva, you will be after Jen. Jolson, we are asking how Jolson can tell Lauren that they like her, because I'm not sure what Jolson's pronouns are. And I want to be respectful. User 595, you can be after Eva. Jolson, I feel like you might want to, you're in a rock and a hard place a little bit, Jolson. Caitlin, I will write Caitlin down instead. So you've got the Hermit. So I think, Jolson, you've got that, he's very lonely. He likes to gather a lot of information before he shares it with the world. You might be ready to share it. But the card on the bottom of the deck is the Fool. So you're open to new things. I mean, okay. This is what I'm going to say to you, Jolson. This is what I think you should do. I think you need to do a little bit more research. I think you need to talk to Lauren a little bit more. Maybe ask her some not secretive, but more like misdirected questions. Maybe you need to ask Lauren, like, is she seeing anybody? Is she interested in anybody, without referencing you? And that's kind of what I think you need to be in gather information mode from Lauren. That's what I think you need to be. And then you need to just be open to whatever she says. That's how I would, you need to gather more information from Lauren instead of before you tell her that you like her. That's what I would say. If you would like to give me a follow, you can, we can, if you haven't talked to her in like a month, we can see how the energies are doing in like a month. Because she be telling me like if she finds someone she can be loyal to. So then once you got that, Jolson, you need to kind of take that a step further. Like, what if it was me? Or is there a specific aspect that you're looking for in somebody that you can be loyal to? Like maybe try to describe yourself without telling her that you are describing yourself, so that you can kind of see what she says and go from there. It's a little bit of a tricky situation, but it's more of gather information situation. So yeah, Jolson, if you want to give me a follow and in like a month, if things still haven't changed or whatever, and you want to pull another card regarding this, we can totally do that. And then with that, I guess, Jolson, you're welcome. Appreciate everything. You're welcome, Jolson. Deborah from YouTube. What do we got? Deborah from YouTube. She left, it looks like. Deborah, are you still here? If Deborah is not there, Deborah. Eva, you're in the hot seat. Or Jen, you are in the hot seat if Deborah is not here. I do have someone watching me on YouTube. Who is it? Yep, Jen, you are next if Deborah is not answering. It seems like Deborah was here. Deborah going once. Deborah going twice. Deborah going for 2.5. Sold to Jen. Jen, what is your question? Let's do this. And then Eva, you are in the hot seat, and then Caitlin. Hello, Lolita. Should I give up or wait for Brian? Okay, let's see how that goes. Should I give up or wait for Brian? Let's see. I want to be more actionable with it. More like, can we do more like what would a possible outcome be if I waited for Brian? Or I could pull 2 cards. I feel like we aren't over yet. Just needed some space again. Do you want to maybe say, should I reach out? How can I reach out to Brian? Or let's do this. What is my next step? What is my next step with Brian? What is my next step with Brian? How's that? Yeah, what is my next step with Brian? That leaves it open, and we can see give you an actionable step. Even if the tarot tells you to rest, it still gives you an actionable step of what to do with Brian next. Hello, Tarot Fellow. We've got Eva and Caitlin is next. Let's remember to like and share the live. I do have some ice creams here. That would be fun to get. Hello, X Lee, China. What is Jen's next step with Brian? Oh, okay. You're going to need to wait. I think you're going to need to wait on making that decision, Jen. You've got the Page of Gifts, which is the Page of Pentacles. This is the slowest page. I'm trying to like not block my face. This is the slowest page. This page is learning about their health, their body, and their money. There is every time I look at this card, she's journaling. Like there seems to be some journaling going on. And the reason why I'm also saying to take a rest and not make a decision yet is because the card at the bottom of the deck, you got the Two of Canes in reverse, which is the Two of Swords. Usually it means that you've already made a decision, but for some reason the first thing that came with regards to this question, combining both of the cards, the first thing that came up to me was that you just need to pause before you make any decision in general. The other the other possibility is that you've already made a decision. But because you've already made a decision, that leaves no room for the page of gifts. So I would say you're probably not ready to make any decision on that yet. It sucks to be in limbo, but you might want to, you still might want to deal with that in that sense. Does that make sense, Jen? I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just rambling. Did that resonate? Well, that's not to say that you're not giving up on him. I just, for the time being, I don't know that there's anything really you can do to move the relationship forward or backward. Right now, be there for him. I'm not sure what the conversation was that led up to the let's take a break. But I feel like there might be some things that you might want to take care of within yourself before you make a decision with what you will need to do with Brian. There might be like some journaling here, like some answers, like how can you help Brian? Maybe if you were to move on with him, how can you help Brian? What does Brian need? Like that kind of a thing. That's just kind of where I don't like telling you to be in limbo, but it just kind of feels like you're not in a space to be able to make that decision whether to give up on him or not yet. Falcon, I will write you down. Stop talking to you 6 days ago. Well, he probably just needs a little bit more space. So right now, again, like you can't do anything about it. Like there's no decision to make yet. So I think that right now, give him some space. We can try reaching out to him in like another couple of weeks. Don't do it like right now, but like do it in another couple of weeks. Give him some space, and then we can see what the cards are saying afterward if you want to, or we can do that kind of a thing. Yeah. If you want to give me a follow, it says that if you want to pull more cards on this in like a month, we can, and we can go from there. We've got Jen, and now we've got Eva. Does Jerry love me enough to want something serious? So, hello, YouTubers. I'm on TikTok as well, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking as well. You're welcome, Jen. So, what is this? Eva, we're going to change this a little bit to say we don't want to get in contact with Jerry's. I don't have access to Jerry's energy. That's ultimately what's happening here. And so we want to focus more on you. Yes, Marconi. Marconi, you can be added. Marconi is added. We want to focus more on you, Eva, not Jerry. So I wonder if we should ask the tarot, how can you ask Jerry if he wants something more serious from or with you? Is that something that might resonate more with you? Something more actionable that you can take to talk to Jerry? Okay, yeah. So let's see. How can Eva ask Jerry if he would like to be serious with her? Why are you... This deck, for some reason, is not liking being used today. I'm using the Christmas deck, and it's hot right now. It's not hot right now. It's actually overcast, which is nice. But I think that because it's a Yuletide deck, I think that it's like not my season, but it's July. So come on. we're gonna do this. You're gonna cool us all off. We're gonna use your images to cool us all off in the summer. All right, so we've got Eva here. How can Eva tell Jerry or ask Jerry to be more serious with her? How can Eva
with receiving the best of the best.
blocked, delayed healing, internal?
Flowing into my life right now.
I feel like there is some emotions, Eva, that you may need to work out first before you ask him, but it's looking like things are good. I think you're gonna get you're feeling in a good space to ask him. There might be something that is holding you. I want to know. I don't need to know myself right now, unless you want to tell me. But I'm wondering what is holding you back from asking him this, because you've got the Queen of Good Cheer. This is the Queen of Cups, but she's in reverse. This Queen is very motherly, very caring. If it was not reversed, it'd be more on the outside. And then on the inside, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So good luck, good things are coming, things are working out in your favor. But I'm just kind of there's something on the inside that's blocking you from asking this question. And if it's just simply a fear of rejection, we're all scared. But if you ask him and then he says no, then you know that it's time to move on to somebody else. But that would be my suggestion. That would be what I think the tarot is trying to tell you. I think that's where I am at with that. Eva, we're waiting on Eva's confirmation to see if that resonated. Okay, Caitlin, you are next, and then Falcon, and then Marconi. Cool, Eva. So if you want to give me a follow, we can revisit this in like a month and see where the energies have landed if you have not asked him about anything yet, or if you did ask him and things have gone awry or something, we can revisit this. All right, so Eva's okay. Caitlin, you've got, could I get some clarity on my relationship with M? I want to ask more of, not necessarily clarity on your relationship with M. I want to ask more of like, why do you feel like you need clarity on your relationship with M? Maria, I will put you onto the list. For those of you watching on YouTube, if you do want to jump up to the front of the line, I do have a VIP section. It is in the description of this chat. And you can, it's the $5, $10, or $20, and you can be bumped up to the front of the line. But Caitlin, we've got Caitlin, then Falcon, Marconi, then Maria. I'm waiting to find out why Caitlin needs clarity with M. It's very hot, cold, high highs and low lows, hung up on randomly a week ago, and he's been silent since. I almost want to ask something similar to what we asked prior, more like, what is my next step with M? What is Caitlin's next step with M? How does that sound?
I am so blessed to be with you.
That works. Okay, we're going to say that. I'm just checking my email. All right, just making sure that no one is there. All right, what is Caitlin's next step with M? What is Caitlin's next step with M? And then Falcon, you're on the hot seat. And then Marconi from YouTube. And then Maria. We're asking what Caitlin's next step is with M right now. What is Caitlin's next step with M?
I love the universe, and the universe loves and supports me always.
There's going to be some forgiveness going on, Caitlin. I think it's probably going to be a little bit more self-forgiveness. There could be some forgiveness on his part, not on his part, but you forgiving him for something. You've got the Three of Gifts in reverse. This three, and the reason why I think it's more self-imposed on you, on your side, is because of this reversed. The Three of Gifts is usually about teamwork, building something, building a new skill, but because it's reversed, there's probably more internal energy. And then the card at the bottom of the deck we have is Justice, and Justice is, like just desserts. What you give, you get back. An exchange of energy. Broke your trust. So there's, but just like, look at this guy here. Like, he's very sad that he broke his present. He opened his present. Also, if you look, it's actually more, the present is actually coal. It's not, he was a bad kid this year, so obviously he got his just desserts. So he needs to do a little bit of self-reflection as to why that happened. And so I'm wondering if there's something that you, like, I don't think it's that you did anything. I just wonder if there is something, some sort of forgiveness or some kind of action that needs to show forgiveness, or that you need to at least internally forgive him so that you can move forward when you do speak to him again. Because probably that energy that you have when you're trying to reach out to him, it's coming from a place of unforgiveness, and it's more like how, like, you trying to figure out him. So I am thinking more that you probably need to forgive him first, release that negative energy, release that broken heart trust situation, and then talk to him. Now, if you can't release that broken heart situation, then that is up to you. And maybe Brian's another person. You want to talk to M. Maybe M is someone you probably don't want to talk to at this very moment. Does that make sense, Caitlin? Is this processing? Is this resonating? Falcon, are you here? Falcon, you're in the hot seat. If Falcon is not here, Marconi, you seem to be on the hot seat next. Cool, that does make sense. So Caitlin, if you do want to give me a follow, we can look at this in like another month to see if any energies have shifted, if nothing's changed, and we can kind of see where that goes going forward, kind of thing. Thank you for your question, Caitlin. So we've got Caitlin done. Falcon, we're still waiting to see if Falcon is still here. Do you know when ish he'll talk to me? See, I don't, that I if he does. No, I think you can forgive him if you don't talk to him. I think that's all on you. I think that's, can you forgive him with the information that you have already? Can you forgive him? Like, I think you need to get to a space where you can forgive him. And then once he decides to open up, you can have more information regarding that, but you need to be in a more stable position for that. I'm not sure when he's going to talk to you, though. I have a feeling you might need to talk to him, reach out to him. I'm just not sure. Falcon is not answering, so we are moving on to Marconi, it seems like. Marconi, you're welcome. Marconi, you are on YouTube. Are you still here? Okay, cool. What does Ruth think of me? Non-romantic relationship coworkers. Trying to think about what your next step would be. Can you ask why you're wondering what Ruth thinks of you? What is prompting you to ask the tarot this question? Maria, are you still here? Maria, are you still here?
I accept it all with gratitude.
We have an email. No one did that yet. We're waiting on Marconi. Falcon did not reply. Marconi, I'm waiting to see what prompted you to ask this question. And Maria, if you come back in time, you are next. If not, the line is completely open. She was thinking of offering me a job. She's a manager from another department, but I had a fight with my current boss.
I am aligned with the energy of
Just wondering.
attracting and receiving.
I wonder, is she offering you the job because you had a fight with your boss?
I trust that the universe has my back.
Is that why she's offering you the job? Trying to save you?
I allow my
Oh.
manifestations to flow
The opposite way.
effortlessly to me, showing up at the perfect time.
No department, but I had a fight. So she offered you the job. You want to take it and you fought with your boss
Easily retreat.
because of it? Is that what the opposite way is? I'm wondering if we need to ask more about the job instead of Ruth.
Yes, I feel the better things get.
Hello, that cat girl. We could also ask what your next step is. She was thinking of offering me a job to go work with her, but now she might think I might not. Oh, got it. That's what it is. Okay. I almost want to just ask the thing that I've kind of been asking these other people that we've been talking to is just more of what is your next step with Ruth? Could be that. Because I just can't get in. I don't have permission to access Ruth's energy, and that's why I'm trying to rephrase it so that we can access your energy more. So we're going to see what your next step is with Ruth. What is your next step with Ruth? What is Marconi's next step with Ruth? How are you and your boss doing now? Are you and your boss still fighting? Is it a toxic environment now? How are you and your boss now?
I trust that I am fully figuring this out.
Tense. All right. Same company, different department.
I welcome all success.
But yeah, it's fairly recent. Yeah. Huh. Next step with Ruth. Let's see what happens.
Only feeling good, feeling joyful and powerful.
Is there a way? Okay, I think your next steps to do with either Ruth or your boss is to lay low. You probably, what you need to do, so you got the page of gifts on the top of the deck, and the page of gifts is the slowest page. The page I like to think of the pages as the production assistants of the tarot, and this particular page is learning about their health, their body, and their money. So I kind of think that you need to kind of lay low and play a little dumb at the moment. Card at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Queen of Candles. The Queen of Candles is she demands attention. Because the Queen of Candles is reversed, I think that you need to not demand attention from other people. Make sure that you demand attention from yourself, knowing that whatever the fight was about, you were in the right, your feelings are valid. Even if you didn't mean to hurt his feelings, all that kind of self-validate yourself that you did what you thought was right at the time, and just kind of hold back and let the tense kind of go away, and just kind of almost don't necessarily take yourself out of the situation, but almost just be quiet about it. Does that make sense?
I allow the universe to shower me with gifts and blessings.
Cool. If you want to give me a follow, I'm trying to go live more often. If you want to give me a follow in a month, if nothing's changed, if you feel like Ruth still feels the same way, or things are still tense with your boss, or whatever, we can pull another card. But for now, my suggestion would be just to kind of lay low for a minute. With that, I guess we were looking at Falcon or
blessings
Maria.
to feel good.
But if you're not here, then I guess we are moving on to somebody else. You're welcome, Marconi. I hope that was helpful. So Marconi's done, and Falcon did not respond, and we have a list open. So Maria is gone and Falcon is gone. So the list is open for free tarot readings. Let's see if we can. I don't want to send an invitation. How do I like my screen? If anybody wants a free tarot reading, the list is open. Free tarot readings, the list is open.
I do not chase. I attract.
Let's go into. I don't know how to share it with people.
I trust that the universe
I don't know how to share it with people. Sharing my live. Trying to share my live. Hello, Chris. Welcome back from yesterday.
Are easily achievable. I trust in abundance.
All right, we're going to do this. We are going to end now. And we are going to go back. Go back to being live. Get more people.
I am a vessel
Here.
that I want.
That way. This over here. And
I do not chase.
life goal.
I
50.
attract.
Confirm. And chat and interview. Let's just try something new. Daily life. Why not? Go live.
I love
See if that works.
that I am the creator of my reality.
We are going to change the deck. Let's not use this deck anymore. What deck should we use? What decks should we use? If anybody's the next person who is checking in, you get to choose what deck we're going to use. What deck should I use for these free tarot readings for the next little bit? I've been using Yuletide, but Yuletide's been a little pissy today. So we're going to move it on. We've got free tarot readings going on. If anybody wants a free tarot reading, the list is open right now. And I'm just trying to decide what deck to use.
I do not chase.
If anybody's here and wants a free tarot reading, let's do it. Let's do a free tarot reading. I'm also on YouTube. Hello, doctor. I need to travel to USA for my surgery. Okay. Kayla, what is that what you'd like to ask?
I trust the process.
Kayla? Hello, Isaac and Marie. I'm confused. Kayla, if you have a question for the tarot, you can be next because there is no line. But I'm not sure. Do I need to travel? Oh, do you need to travel for surgery for the U.S.? I want to try to give it more actionable steps, not like leave it up to the universe. Like, why do you think you need to travel to the United States for surgery? Where are you at right now? What's your location?
I do not chase. I attract.
Dubai. And why can't you get your surgery in Dubai? I guess go pin. Sure, pin. Why not? I'm wondering why you can't do your surgery in Dubai. No right surgeons. Let's do, this is going to be interesting because I want to say more of like, where should I look for my doctor instead? Where should I look for my doctor? Where should I look for my doctor? Is what I'm kind of thinking. Let's try that. Let's just see what comes up. What's probably going to happen is you're going to get a few. I'm going to give you some key terms, and you're probably going to want to look up via Google, like what are places that feel what I'm trying to tell you, kind of a thing. So let's do this. Where should I look for a good doctor for my? Where should Kalis look for a doctor for her surgery? If anybody wants a free tarot reading, it is after Kalis. The list is open. The list is open. Let's see where Kalis should look for her doctor. Where should Kalis look for her doctor for her surgery?
I am grateful for the process of
Cypher, Deirdre, Veronica, what's going on? How you guys doing? Happy Friday. Liv, V, Mercia.
To think in your mind first and then attract it into my life. I do not trust.
We have the Queen of Gifts in reverse. So the Queen of Gifts is more of a caring, she's like the Queen of Pentacles. How would I describe this as a place to look for a doctor? Man, I don't even know how, like, this is a strange question. I don't even know how I would do this. Queens are caring. Pentacles are associated with Earth. So obviously you want to look at Earth. Hello, Paul, Alex. Hello, Danny. Yeah, this is so weird. The planet Earth. I mean, this is the picture of the card. So I'm wondering, because we're using a very themed deck, I don't necessarily want to. Rika, you're back. Richa, you can be next. Kalis, I don't know if this is helping. I don't know how. I don't know that I'm capable of answering this question. I think it's probably because it's a health doctor question. I'm very sorry, Kalis. I'm not sure that this is quite in my my knowledge of base of how to answer this kind of question. Sorry, I'm not sure what to answer with that. Okay, so Kalis, I'm sorry I was not able to help you. I'm not very well with geography, I guess, so I need to learn that about myself, I guess. But we are moving on to Rika. Current feelings, next action. I got it. You're next. We're working on you. You're the next person, Rika. But what are your current like? I need more information.
I am connected to my inner wisdom. I feel guided.
Hello, everyone. If anyone wants a free tarot reading, I'm available. The list is pretty much open. I'm trying to figure out Rika right now. Okay, Rika, I need more information than just 2-letter words. What's happening? Who is, Sachin? Is that your partner? I don't know what SP means. Rika, this, you need to not be, I don't know what's happening here. I think we need to ask, how can Rika find out if Sachin will marry her?
I am the architect of my own success.
I think that's the question to ask, is how can Rika... I think you're trying to ask way too many questions, Rika. I think we need to focus on one question. You're confusing me, and it's not going to be able to help you answer the tarot. So do you want to see? So what can Rika do to find out if Satya wants to marry her?
I am destined to live a life of fulfillment, joy.
I'm not going to be able to tap into his energy. I'm trying to tap into yours, Rika. Let's tap into your energy versus for the situation. So it's more of a how. Okay, so how can Rika find out if Sachin wants to marry her?
Explore possibilities.
Okay, let's do that.
Dream of her.
I did that backwards. How can Rika find out if Sachin wants to marry her?
For positive irradiating all around and attracting more and more.
Kalis, I can do you after I'm doing Rika. We can, since I was not able to help you with the looking for a doctor, I will see what we can do with a message from Spirit for you. Since I was not able to help you with that geography question, and I'm not versed, that apparently that just was not helpful, and I apologize for that. Okay, Rika. You said you are at a distance with Sachin, right? A long distance relationship.
Every day it gets better and better.
I don't like the live. More here. Rika, are you still there?
And around me is of high vibration.
Okay. So I think at this point in time, if you want to find out more about what Sachin is figuring out, you need to lessen the distance between you and him. There is, I think that the lack of closeness, the lack of communication is Siren. I will put you down on the list. We've got Kalis, and then we've got Siren. As of this moment, Rika, I would say probably not, only because you don't have any communication with him. You've got the Page of Canes in reverse, and the Page of Canes. Hi, Nurse Mitchie. The Page of Canes is learning about their current passions and creativity. So it seems like something is blocked or not. You're not feeling very attractive. You're not able to express yourself that way with Sachin. The card on the bottom of the deck you have is the High Priestess, and she's also in reverse. I would say message him. Yes, I would say message him, because it feels like with both of these in reverse, you're not getting the attention you need to know if you should marry him or not. So I would say message him and see what he says, and try to see if you can figure out a way to go on a vacation together or to move closer together and do that. That's what I would suggest. Hello, Divine. So that's, if you want to give me a follow, Rika, we can revisit this in another month, and we can see. Yep, Divine, I will put you on the list. We've got Kalis, Siren, and then Divine. I'm not sure, Rika. I don't know what's going on with the problem. We never discussed why he's not talking to you or why you're having a distance. I don't know. Some people like to be chased. If you're far away from him, I mean, if you're just gonna leave him alone, then no, you're not gonna get married to him. If there's no communication, if there's no attention, if there's no intuition, regarding it, then no, you're not going to marry him. You have to make a first step. Kalis, you're up next, and then Siren, and then Divine. Nurse Mitchie, did you want to be on the list? I don't know if you wanted to be on the list.
I never chase. I attract all of it.
They don't have to chase girls, Rika. Girls can chase boys as well. That you're looking at society. You don't. You can break society.
I trust that I am figuring this out.
I mean, you have a choice, Rika. This is your choice. You can either leave it alone and wait for him, and I would probably say you're wasting your time, or you can take the first step and text him or message him and see if you want to do if he wants to do something with you. That would be my suggestion. Comments have been filtered in the live, so there's some people I have not been able to see their comments. I don't know who's been trying to comment in here on TikTok, so I'm sorry if I have not commented back. So Rika, if you want to give me a follow, we can revisit this in like another month after you have texted or seen. We can wait to see if Sachin texts you or messages you and see if you guys have had any changes in your relationship. With that being said, I think I need to move on to Kalis or Kalis. You're an amazing man. Don't be sorry. We all learn together. Perfect. Thank you very much for your understanding, Kalis, I guess. And there you go. I just saw 1133. I'm seeing every single angel number everywhere since more than a year ago, and I don't know what to do. All right, so Kalis, let's just ask Spirit and just see what these angel numbers mean. Let's just see what these angels numbers mean. We've got Siren, you're up next, and then Divine. All right, we had a jumper. We're going to look into that jumper. Welcome in, everyone. If you want to like and share the live, that would be I'd be very thankful for that. We are trying to find out what these angels numbers mean for Kalis right now. And I'm pulling the card that's at the bottom of the deck right now because we had a jumper. And we're going to see what the Spirit has to say.
I do not chase. I attract.
All right, let me check on what this is. Interesting. So you're saying that you saw 1133, and the card at the bottom of the deck, you actually got the 3 of candles, which is the 3 of wands. I think it's telling you to be open to watching things come to fruition, is what I think that they are telling you. Because you got the child. This is not close to 1. It's not quite number 1, but it's a 0. But I would, because the child is more like the Fool, it's more like wonderment and naivety. I would think that the tarot is telling you to be open, because with the 3 of wands, it's more like, it's almost self-growth, because if it's reversed, it's almost blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. So I'm kind of getting that you should probably be more open to your own personal growth, and don't block yourself off from your personal growth. That's what I think these angel numbers are trying to tell you at this point in time. See, I can answer that one. I got that one down. Siren, if Kalis says that she is good and this resonates, we are ready to move on to Siren.
I trust in abundant opportunities, and I
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would say be open to your own personal self-development. That's what I would say, Silas. You're welcome. Siren, are you still here? Are you still with us? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm doing some free tarot readings right now. If you do want, there is 2 people in line, Siren and Divine. Divine, are you still with us? Because Siren's not answering. Siren, are you still with us? And if Siren or Divine are not going to, oh, here we go. Siren, got it. And then Divine. Okay, cool. So we've got both of you still here. So Siren, why are you concerned about Jay Moore's thoughts of you? Is what I want to ask. And then Divine, he is my close friend. We are colleagues. He knows I like him and did express to him, but he seemed a little distant put off my proposal, but I know he likes me and even attracted. Tell me his feelings. Yes, I am here with the situation. Got it. Cool. So Siren, I want to know a little bit more about why you want to know about Jay Moore's thoughts of you, because we want to try to focus it more on you. I know you just posed a question, but I want my practice helps get more in tune with your energy, not with Jay Moore's energy, not with somebody else's. So I want to see what actionable steps that you can take to further your situation with Jay Moore, not what Jay Moore is going to do to you. So I want to know a little bit more about your relationship with Jay Moore and why you're asking about Jay Moore. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I'm doing some free tarot readings. Right now, I'm on my YouTube channel. Got some people just seeing him at an event, wondering if he's going to reach out to me. If you're going to see him at the event, like, I wonder, maybe you should reach out to him first. Maybe we should ask that question more of what should Siren do? What can Siren do in association with Jay Moore? What is Siren's next step with Jay Moore? I feel like that's probably more of what you're looking for. Instead of just waiting for a guy to call you, why can't you take the first step? But maybe he will. Attracting prosperity, connected to infinite abundance. Okay, yes. I think that you are thinking way too far ahead, Siren. I think that you need to focus on what is the next step, not if there's a future for you, especially if he's recently widowed. If you're not even together, I don't know if they're like you. I don't. That energy is too far ahead. Divine, I'll get to you in a second. Thank you very much for clarifying. So Siren, can we ask more of what is your next step to do with Jay Moore? Will that help you more? Divine, I'm probably going to ask the same question of you. We should probably ask, what is your next step with B? Is probably what we should ask. Hello, everyone from TikTok. I am just doing some free tarot readings, and if anybody wants to have one, the list is fairly open. I'm just waiting on some YouTube. We're doing some YouTube stuff right now. Siren, are you here still? Alex, Kelsey, Anne, Big Tip, Cosmic Husband. I think Alex is just the only one here right now. I do have these here. Okay, cool. What is Siren's next step with Jay Moore? That's what we should do. What is Siren's next step with Jay Moore? Hello, user Abby, Kelsey, Jude Wilson. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe we're good. I think we might be good.
I can already tell that things are getting
Okay.
and better. I do not chase. I simply
So, Siren, there is a possibility of some fire flame between you and
when I ask, I expected to be given.
I saw that's fine, Siren.
I
So
am worthy of this kind of
I think that if you want to know more about where you're going with Jay Moore, there needs to be a little bit more of a balance. So you got balance, a temperance revert or temperance. So with temperance, it's knowing how far to go before something becomes toxic. So that's more of where you're at with him. However, that you do have a liking toward him. There is a possibility. There is a new journey ahead between you and Moore if you put the effort into it as well. You can't just wait for Jay Moore to keep making some moves, especially if he is it you? Especially if he's recently widowed, because he's probably hurting. If you can be there for him as a friend first before a relationship, that would probably be better. But there is some romantic stuff there. You just might need to take it a little slower than you are thinking of right now. So that is what I would recommend toward that. Does that help, Siren?
Creator of reality, shaping it with intention.
Let me know if that helps, Siren.
I am a powerful force for good in the world.
Hello, Candy Crush. And then if that's helping, if that has helped Siren, we are moving on to Divine. But I want to see where Siren is at with her question. And then we're going to do Divine. And then if anybody wants to get in line, the line is pretty much open. You're welcome. Awesome, Siren. If you do want to give me a follow, Siren, and we can pull some new cards in about a month after you kind of balance some things out with him, make sure it's a balance. Also, probably meeting him where he's at, not going too far, not going too far back, but just meeting him where he's at. You should probably be okay with moving forward with this relationship. Jay, hello, Kelsey. If you want to give me a follow, we can pull some more cards in a month and we can see where the energies have landed. Divine. So I am going to move on to you. And then, yeah, let's see what your next step is with B. Let's see what your next step is with B. So I have Lavender. Hello, how are you doing? Doing some YouTube tarot readings here. YouTube as well as TikTok. Not so good. What's going on? What's happening? Right now we're asking the tarot what Divine's next step is with B. Your health. That's a loaded question. That could be a lot of things. So, Divine, I think that you're getting a lot of the same thing as we had with Siren. You have balance here. It seems like because your friend has kind of backed off, it kind of seems like you might need to give him some space and not. Let's see. Hold on. You said attracted, got distant, like him, want to be in a relationship with him, got married, and even get married to him. Yeah, so Divine, you're going to need to take things slow. The card at the bottom of the deck you got is basically the Tower. And the Tower is a card that means like a lot of chaos. This also is reversed. So this could be internal chaos. I'm wondering if B is picking up on any internal chaos that you are experiencing, and that is what's making him back off from you. On the outside, you might appear balanced, but it feels like on the inside, you might actually be causing some. Yeah, if you're close friends, then it feels like you might be caught. He might be catching on to what you like. I think you're probably moving too fast and wanting too much from him right now. And that's probably where this is. If you flip this over, it's going to be a disaster. If you flip this over and put everything out on the table, you're probably going to chase him away. You have a nodule on my throat, and I have to get imaging again on Wednesday. Ugh, I'm sorry, Lavender. That's sucky. So I think that you have you've got some internal energy going on here that probably B is picking up on, and it's just making him not want to be near that energy. Probably because you just said that you want to be in a relationship with him, and you said you even want to get married to him, but he's probably not even there yet. So maybe be in the moment with him, express balance, be balanced with him. Whatever he gives to you, you give back. As of this moment, I do not. I feel like this is your key card. This is this is a very heavy situation because you got two major arcana cards. So I do think that you need to really, this is going to be a big lesson to you, whether or not you pursue B in general or whatever your relationship is going to be after however things have settled. But you've got the lightning tree, and you've also got balance, but it just seems like it almost seems like you're forcing something, and B is probably backing off because he is not ready to make that big of a jump with you yet. So if you were to propose to him today, or you would probably get a no, and he is not going to propose to you right now. So I think that it's time you just kind of need to back off a little bit, and let him kind of catch up to you, if that makes sense. How do you get 1,000 followers to go live? Because I tarot read too. I've just been doing it for a while. I honestly have no idea. I'm not that great at TikTok, to tell you the truth. I'm doing the best I can. I just started going live more myself, and I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Just keep posting videos, letting people know what you do, post how-to videos with tarot and what your practice is like, and more people will follow you. And that's, again, Divine. I think that if he already rejected you, then that's why I'm saying if you're already you're getting married in the future, I don't think you're getting married in the future if he's already rejected you. You might need to just back off for a minute. Giotti, I'm going to put you down as well. Giotti, you are next after Divine. And Phantom, hello Phantom, would you like a tarot reading?
attracts
Maybe it. Yep. Phantom is added. You are after divine, or I'm sorry, Yodi is after divine, and then Phantom. So, but yeah, I don't see you guys getting married, divine. I think that it's probably there's I don't see you guys getting married.
And receptive to all positive manifestations.
With that being said, I know that that's probably not what you wanted to hear, divine, but that's probably what you needed to hear.
That comes
With that, I'm going to move on into Jyoti. Divine, if you do want to revisit this in another month after some energies have solidified or settled, we can revisit them at another time in like another month. If you want to give me a follow so that you know when I go live next, we can do that. Lavender, what is your practice like? Can you tell me what your practice is like, Lavender? You're welcome, Divine. Let me know in soon, and we can see if we can pull some more cards and see if there's something that can change or something shifts or something. All right, Yodi, can I be a successful as a singer? I mean, I think you can be. Gotta practice. What do you want to ask, like how? I mean, how would be practice as well. Are you a singer already, Jyoti? Am I God? Ox Coffee. I do not think I am, but that's going to be up to you. So you're not a singer right now, Jyoti. I mean, what's preventing you from taking singing lessons in order to become a successful singer?
I am grateful for what I have.
Okay, that's cool, Lavender. I mean, keep practicing and keep sharing the videos and keep doing readings. Just keep getting yourself out there. Your father is preventing you from being a singer. Is that what you're saying, Jyoti? If anybody on TikTok wants to be on the list, I can totally add you to the list. I've got Jyoti and Phantom. So Ox Coffee, I'm doing free tarot readings right now, Ox Coffee, and seeing if I can help someone. So Dad is preventing you from being a singer. Maybe we could ask the tarot. Hi, P. We can add you to the list. You are added. We've got Jyoti, Phantom, and P. Yes, tarot is very similar to astrology. Jyoti, can we maybe say, how can we convince my dad? Jyoti, are you a minor? Okay, so why are you letting your dad tell you how to live if you are not a minor? If you are an adult, why don't you just go sign up for singing lessons? No, I can do health. It's probably going to be more of I'm not going to diagnose your health, Lavender. I can do more of like, how can I prepare my emotions for my health kind of a thing. Yeah. So I'll put you on the list. Let's put you on the list and we'll see what happens. Let's see what comes up. So Jyoti, I think that, let's see, financial condition is not great. So let's do this then, Jyoti. How can I raise money to take singing lessons? What can Jyoti do to raise money to take singing lessons? Is that a proper? Okay, for those of you who are in line, I really would like to keep the list going. So if you can have more of the direct question that you have in mind, that would be really helpful. So I don't have to keep digging and go underneath the surface 6 times. I'm not saying, Jyoti, I'm not mad at you. I've been doing this constantly a little bit, and I feel like I'm wasting other people's time as well as my own. And I just want to make sure, instead of just saying, can I be a singer? Let's go one step further and say, how can I raise, like what we did, how can I raise money to become a singer? How can I raise money to take singing lessons? Like this, it's taking a little, we need to be a little bit more clear. And maybe I need to be a little bit more clear when I'm posing free tarot readings as well. I just want to make sure that I want to be inviting, but I just don't want to waste anybody's time either. I mean, you can take free online classes, but they may not be good. Oh, that's Ox Coffee. Sorry. I don't know. All right, Jyoti. So how can Jyoti raise money to take some singing lessons? How can Jyoti raise money to take some singing lessons? I mean, it's true. I'm pretty patient too, Lavender. It's just when I start getting a list going, I get a little impatient. And I had a list of 20 people yesterday, and it was just hard to get to the point of the question for some people. They just wanted me to just answer a question. And I'm like, there's something behind that question, and you're not answering. You haven't answered it yourself. So it just kind of, it wastes other people's time. Okay, before you go and raise money, Jyoti, you need to defeat some of your limiting beliefs. You are self-destructing yourself before you've even started. You've got the Tower in reverse, so you're already causing some problems. Thank you, P. I actually got it in Las Vegas. Oh, while you're on the cert. Yeah. But so, yeah, I just kind of think that you're already self-destructing yourself. You're letting your dad run your life and tell him what you think you should do instead of running your own life, which is causing the card at the bottom of the deck is the Child, which is the Fool, and the Fool is reversed. So you are not even being naive. You're not envisioning yourself to be able to be the singer that you want to be. So you've got some limiting beliefs that you should probably take care of first. And if you need to, again, I guess Ox Coffee kind of gave you some ideas about free online singing lessons. What I would probably do is maybe use the current time to warm up your voice for a singing lesson. And what I mean by that is get like one of those video games, like on Nintendo Wii or something. There's like the Rock Band or something, and you can at least get your voice used to going up and down while you're working on these limiting beliefs, so that when you get to a point of being more confident in yourself and a point to where you can have money to go get singing lessons, your voice, you will have a range that you can work through that way. I hope does that make sense, Jyoti? I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that resonated. And then if Jyoti answers yes, Phantom, are you still here? And then we've got, okay, Tina, I will put you on the list. We've got Jyoti, Phantom, P, Lavender, and Tina. Thank you for the follow, Tina. Still here. Cool. It does. You're welcome. Thanks you, Jyoti. If you want to give me a follow, Jyoti, in a month, we can see where the energies have landed. If you've gotten a job, if you've been able to get a video game, if you've practiced, that kind of a thing, if you've got some limiting beliefs that you haven't cut through yet, we can revisit this and see where you're at in like a month. So Jyoti, and now we've got Phantom. So what was your question again, Phantom? We've got P, Lavender, and then Tina. May I have a reading on what's heading my way soon? So like just a general reading? We can do that. A general reading for Phantom? Yeah, all right. General reading. Let's see. What's up with Phantom? What's up with Phantom? If anybody on TikTok wants to be added to the list, I've got Phantom, P, Lavender, and Tina. So it's fairly short. Let's try to make sure that you know what question you're asking, so that we don't waste everyone's time and we can keep the list going. I try to spend as much time as I can on each person. It's just kind of hard when I have to dig for what's really the problem. All right, Phantom. What's going on with what's coming up with you? General reading for Phantom. If you don't have a lot of choices right now, Phantom, you're probably going to be having a lot of choices fairly soon. I don't know if you feel this right now or if this is going to make you feel this way, but you also have the Magician at the bottom of the deck and he's reversed. So this could be causing overwhelm. You might be getting a little overwhelmed, and which might cause you to feel like you can't do anything, like paralysis, like there's so many options that you just can't make a decision. Or what you probably also need to consider is when all these decisions are presented to you, or these choices, you need to remember that you have the power within you to make a decision and go with it. What I would honestly say when something like this comes up to me is that you don't have to pick just one. You can decide, like, let's say you have three choices. Maybe it's three jobs, not 3 jobs, 3 hobbies, 3 classes, something. I tell this to my writers all the time. I'm a tarot reader for Writer's Block, and this is what I tell people all the time. If you have a story that you're telling and you have 3 different directions you want to take it in, pick one day and write that story that one way. And then take the next day and write that story the next way. But don't care about what you wrote prior. Don't do that. Just write what that next section is. And then do the next person or the next thing, and then write that way, and then ignore what you've written already and then continue to write. And then from there you can decide how you feel about each thing. Each choice, each house, each hobby, each investment plan, whatever. So you have the power to do all of them, but you might need to take some time. Just make sure that you can separate yourself out from this. That's kind of how I would. That's how I would do. What I would say about your reading and what's going on. What's probably going to be happening soon. If you do want to give me a follow, Suns, I will put you on here. Suns, you are on the list. If you do want to give me a follow, we can revisit this in another month and see what these choices are and see what's oh, cool. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. We can see what's changed and stuff. Thank you very much, Phantom. We've got P. Are you still here? You're welcome, Phantom. I'm glad I could help. P, Lavender, Tina, and Suns. And then Tina, I believe, was on TikTok. And Lavender's also on TikTok. Suns is on YouTube. If anybody wants to jump to the front of the line, I do have links in my bio and in the description for YouTube. You can give me a little bit of money. There's a couple of options there. I can't say Prab. Can I call you Prab? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry, P. When will I find a job? I have been trying to find so hard to find one, and I am constantly applying. No luck yet. I am really stressed out about it. Okay, so let's, instead of asking when, let's ask how. How can P find a job? How can P? How can B? What can? Like that might be a better way to ask this. How can P find a job? Where should P be looking? Well, where is hard. I've learned that where questions are hard for me. What should P be doing when she's looking for a job? How should P be looking for a job? Let's try that. Because I think where I'm not good with the wheres. I've learned wheres is a little difficult. I've learned it's I'm not good with geography. Let's do a how. Almost had a jumper. Almost had a jumper.
The happier and more at ease I feel, the better things get.
Is there a passion that you're blocking, P? Prab? Is there a passion that you're blocking? Is there a creative desire, a creative energy that you're blocking? I think that's kind of where you're getting stuck a little bit. And I know this is not going to be what, but I don't know what I am doing wrong. So you're not going to like what I'm going to say. I'm just going to kind of point it out that way and just kind of say that you applying for any job seems to be putting stress on the job search, and that energy is probably being transferred into the sending of the email, sending of the resume when you're applying for said job. You probably need to, before you start applying, you probably need to take a break. Got it. Neha, I will put you on the list. Yeah, so I agree with you, but let's not go that far ahead, P. Let's focus on what we need to deal with right here, right now. We need to help you find a job. But in order to find that job, you need to not be, I don't want to say begging, but like bringing that stress energy to the information, to the applying process. And I know it's very hard to do. It's very hard to separate yourself from that. So what I'm getting from here is that you've got the King of Gifts. You're playing, it seems like you're being a little bit too safe with the things that you are applying for. You might need to think outside of the box and maybe apply for things that you don't want to do and go from there. You do also have a card at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Candles in reverse. And this is our creative passion, our creative fire. And this is probably what you said about you need to save money so that you can do what you really want to do. What I want to advise you to do, though, is I want to have you flip these. I want you to focus more on your creative passion, what creative fire you can go on, what new journeys you can go on. And I want you to flip this over so that you can experience something new in a job search. So you're probably needing to go into a little bit more of a, like just another place for a while, another industry. The only other thing I was going to say is you need to take things slow, take a breather, and do what you want to do. Because, well, not that you don't want to do. It's more of like, is there something you have an interest in? But that's also the energy you're taking to it. You're applying for jobs that you don't want to do, which sure. But can you reframe that into I'm applying for a job I don't want to do, but I can learn this from this job. But it will help me get to where I want to go. I'm applying for this job and it's only for 3 months. Like, you need to just reframe it a little bit so that you can go forward in your life with the job search and open up the door so you are not like closing yourself off before you've even started. Does that make sense though? P, does that make sense? Lavender, you're next if you're still here. And then Tina, you're also going to be after Lavender. P, are you, does that help? Is that helpful to you, P? I just feel like there needs to be a reframe here. And the, like, part of what, and I hate, like, this is advice I hate to get is that, or even give, is that slowing down actually makes you move faster. Shanker, I will put you on the list. So you want to be more present when you're applying for a job. So instead of going into a job search of saying, I hate this job already, because you don't have, you hate the job already. You haven't even applied for it yet. You hate the situation that you're in. Open up yourself, open up your mind to what that new opportunity could give you in the future. So this job that I'm applying for, like for me, I don't like, here's an example that just happened to me. I got a call from someone who asked me if I wanted to apply to be an insurance broker. I was like, not really. I'm willing to take a look at it, but whatever. And I went to their call. I went to their meeting or whatever. And the more that they talked about it, my stomach was not, I did not want to do that. But I opened myself up to the option of seeing what they had to say. And then I was able to make an informed decision that whether I would be good for it or even a good fit for it or whatever. So for you, I would recommend just being open to options, knowing that you have an option to go to different jobs, experiencing something new, adding that to your life experience. You don't have to, you're not going to be stuck there forever. Use that job to bounce you into another space and just reframe your brain into thinking it that way instead of being stuck in the situation that you're in. I hope that makes sense. Did that help? I hope that helped. If that helped, I would like to move on to Lavender. And if you have, let's see, someone sent me an email. Did not get that yet. Okay. I would like to move on to Lavender. And in a month, if you haven't had any movement, then cool. And then, so in another month, if you haven't had any movement, let's pull another card. Give me a follow so that you know when I go live, and we can pull another card then. Lavender. You're welcome, P. Prepare for your imaging. All right, let's do that. Tina, are you still here? Tina, are you still here?
Whoa.
If Tina's not here, we're on to Suns. If Tina is not here, we're going to be moving on to Suns from YouTube. Okay, cool, Suns. Let's just see if Tina responds before I'm done with Lavender here. But Tina, you're in the hot seat if you are still here. I'm also live on TikTok, so that's where I'm getting some of these other people. I'm going to advise you, Lavender, to go in with positive thinking. I don't think that you need to be as worried about it as you think you are. You have the 5 of Cups in reverse. So it seems like it's more. This is probably going to be more of a healing image or a healing imaging. Ronnie, I will write you down on the list. It seems like it's going to be more healing imaging. What I want you to also think about is the card at the bottom of the deck. You've got the wheel, and that usually means good luck. That usually means the wheels are turning, things are looking up, and the wheels are greased, that kind of a thing. So go into it, I would say, preparing that way. Because also, I kind of think that with health, we need to also remember that our mind can kind of control our health as well. So if you go in with a negative thought, your brain is going to make your body kind of go like down. So if you can go in with a more positive, upbeat, maybe your body will be like, okay, we can beat this, or okay, whatever this is, we can shrink it, or whatever kind of a thing. So I know that that's not necessarily scientifically proven, but it's kind of something that I have learned to sort of adapt to my beliefs. And I know it sounds woo-woo, but that's just kind of what I have learned to believe about the human body. If that was helpful, you said thank you. So if that was helpful, I think you gave me a follow as well. If you want to ask a question about this later, we can always revisit this in like a month and see where the energies are at in a month with whatever you find out from the imaging. Tina has not responded yet, so I'm going to guess Tina has left. You're welcome. Yeah, let me know how you're doing, Lavender. Keep me posted. Tina probably has left. We are going to move on to Suns. And you said... All right. So, okay, so Suns, we're going to get more involved with your energy. Not did person Saban love you or no. We're going to see, like, I want to ask what you're, like, I think the question, the correct question we should be asking is, what is your next step with Saban? Sabadan. What is your next step with Sabadan? Suns, Neha, Skanker, and Ronnie. And if anybody else wants to be added to that list, let me know. If anybody wants to be jumped up to the front of the line, there is this link in my profile, and there can be some steps here, and go from there, or whatever one you decide you want to do. All right, so we're going to say what your next step is with Slobodan. What is Suns' next step with Slobodan? Hello, Zizzle. And then Neha, are you still here? Hello, Suani. Hi, Suani. All right, Neha, you are on the hot seat. Is Skanker still here? All right. I'm sorry, Shanker, not Skanker. I will fix that right now. We don't want to call you a skank. We almost had a jumper, but I felt like it was like multiple cards, not just one. So we're seeing what is Suns' next step with Slobodan.
I am a powerful force for good in the world, making a positive impact.
Correct. That's correct.
I am the architect of my own success.
I think you're going to need to make something happen, Suns. You've got the Queen of Gifts in reverse. on the outside, but you also have the Magician on the inside. With the Queen of Gifts on reverse, it's keeping things a little on the inside. You're probably not giving enough information to Slobodan to know if he is even interested. I think that you probably need to flip this card over and use your Magician power to figure out more of what Slobodan is thinking about you. That's what I am going to suggest with that. I think you need to take a little bit more control in the relationship versus just waiting for Slobodan to make a move. Let me know if that was helpful. I hope that was. And then we can move on to Neha. But Suns, if you want to give me a follow and we can revisit this in a month, we can do it that way as well. Okay, there's a lot. Yes or no? Okay, yes, okay. Cool, Suns. Cool. All right, Neha, if you want a yes or a no, I don't like necessarily doing these questions, but if that's what you're looking for, okay, April, I will put you on here. But if that's what you're looking for, I will do a yes or no question. I don't really know. That was a long question. I am not sure how to even decipher that. But we're going to try a yes or no. And I'm going to pull a card. And if it comes up upright, it's going to be a yes. If it comes up reverse, it's going to be a no. So what question is, will this person man meet, sing, billing, it's probably sign, billing, will finally decide to give an application development project to this person, Shalandria? Yes or no? Sounds like, will somebody give somebody something? This isn't my favorite thing to do, obviously, and also because it's not your energy. I don't really tap into other people's energy. I don't have permission, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go. It's not my favorite. It's not. I'm not sure that this is going to be helpful at all, but I hope that you find some solace in it. So I'm going to say yes. As of right now, it looks like it's going to be a yes. But I don't know what that means exactly. So I hope that helps, Neha. June, I will put you down on the list. You will be after April. Tina never showed up, so I'm going to cross off Tina. Neha just finished. If you want to, if something goes awry, Neha, and you want to revisit this in a month, let me know. You do have the Knight of Canes, so it seems like it might be a really fast, fiery thing, but that's the best that I got. I don't really know. Yes and no questions. I don't really feel like I give the best advice on, but you can always give it a try and see what happens. Shanker. We got Shanker, Ronnie, April, and June. Hello, Jason. And if anybody wants to jump up to the front of the line, I have these options here. I do have a 5-card yes or no. I know I kind of did that. I just did that more for you guys, not for me. But I just wanted to let that at least be available. So Shanker, what is your question? We got Ronnie, April, and then June. Jason's back. Oh, is he? Hello. Future job. All right. I have a job gap around almost 2 years and I'm working hard to get back into the workforce, so I want to know what's going to happen. So, Shanker, I want to sort of revise your question. Instead of just knowing about your future job, I feel like we should be asking the tarot more of what you can do to help you find a job. So how can Shanker find a job? Does that make more sense? What can Shanker do to speed up the employment process?
I invite
Sunhee, yes, you can. Suhani. Okay.
I make
Sports. I will put you on here as well.
all of it.
Anybody from TikTok wanting a free tarot reading? So I have Shanker, Ronnie, April, June, Suhani, and Sports. If anybody wants to jump up to the front of the line, there is a link in my profile that can, if you give me a little bit of extra money, you can jump up to the front of the line and I will get an email when I get that. So right now, Shanker, we will see what you can do to get a job. How can Shanker speed up his employment process? How can Shanker speed up his employment process?
I feel abundant. I feel magnetic and effortlessly in my power.
Wow, this is interesting. I think you need to look at something from a different perspective, Shanker. We asked what you can do. The card at the bottom of the deck you got is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is usually about taking a pause and looking at something from a new perspective, taking a rest. The card on the top I got was the Page of Canes in reverse. And the Page of Canes is swords. It almost feels like you need to just be a little bit more quiet. It could be you needing to quiet down the voices in your head, your thought processes, maybe getting more clear about what job you are specifically looking for. It just kind of seems like you might be thinking too much, and the way that you might need to go about looking for a job yourself is probably just kind of slowing down and reevaluating what you're looking for in a job. Let me know if that was helpful to you. Ronnie, you are on deck. You're in the hot seat, Ronnie. Like my live here, get some more people in here.
I do not chase. I attract.
Devin, or Cynthia, I guess. I will put you on the list as well. There is a list. Shanker, was that helpful? And then Ronnie, are you still here? We've got Shanker, Ronnie, April, June, Suhani, Sports, and Cynthia. You're welcome, Shanker. If you want to give me a follow, you can. We can revisit this in a month and see if what the energies are, how they've settled, and go from there. Ronnie seems to not be answering, so we might be moving on to April. Ronnie going once.
I am grateful.
Ronnie going twice. April, are you here?
I do not chase.
Is April here?
I attract.
All right, April's here.
I trust.
Ronnie going 2.5. Sold to April. So then we've got June, Suhani, Sports, and Cynthia. So April. Let's see. So I want to revise your question, April, to what can you do to find out if your crush likes you? I think that would put you more in a more active position. And I don't really access other people's energy. It's not my thing. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do. Sports, you're coming up. We've got June. Are you here still? June, you're in the hot seat. I don't remember where she was at, TikTok or YouTube. I don't remember if June was June was at. All right, June is here. You're on YouTube. So April, is that okay? I didn't get a confirmation if that was an okay question to ask. Phoenix, hello, welcome in. If anybody wants to move up to the front of the line, what can I do to find out besides asking? It's too nerve-wracking. Well, let's find out. Let's see if there's a way that you can approach this in a different way. If anybody wants to move up to the front of the line, hello, Nova. If anybody wants to move up to the front of the line, I do have a link in my profile that will lead you. I do have some different tiers, and you can move up to the front of the line. So right now we are figuring out what April can do to find out if her crush likes her. All right, Phoenix, I will put you down after Cynthia.
I trust the process of life. Everything I want is flowing to me.
April, I think you're going to need to take it a little slow. You're going to need to prepare for crossing your... Okay, so you got the Knight of Gifts, which is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest knight. This knight likes to have all of his T's crossed and I's dotted before he makes a move. I think that you should probably prepare yourself for if he likes you or if he doesn't like you. And the card at the bottom of the deck you got is the Lovers in reverse. And it's mistletoe, actually, but it's the Lovers in reverse. And so it's actually more about dedication. I think you need to remember to stay dedicated to yourself and not allow whatever this guy says, once you find out if he likes you or not, to interrupt what you think of yourself. That is ultimately what I think that the tarot is telling you to do. So you probably need to be prepared for yes or a no, but be patient for the time being. If that was helpful, please let me know. Please give me a follow and we can revisit this in a month and see where we're going from there. We can pull another card. June, you said that you're still here. And then Suani, you're welcome, April. Suani, you are on the hot seat. And then Sports and Cynthia. All right, so let's just do a general reading for June regarding her money and career. All right, Suani, you'll be next. General reading for June of her money and career.
The better I feel, the bigger and better manifestations become. I am grateful for the process of abundance happening within me.
It looks like things are probably going to be going on a little bit of a downhill, possibly. So when that happens, you're probably going to need to look inside yourself and really pay attention to your feelings, to make sure that you know that you are on a new journey for what is happening with your career. So you got the you got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. and usually it's what goes up must come down. The other way to look at this is that you are happy on the inside. You might be blocking some stuff, but I don't feel like you're blocking stuff because the card at the bottom of the deck you got is the Ace of Good Cheer, and this is the Ace of Cups. It means a new emotional journey, and usually when it comes up upright, it means a yes and to keep going, and it's just something new that's going to start coming. So I'm a little concerned about what this Wheel of Fortune reversed is. So when you experience this Wheel of Fortune reversed, what I would advise you is just to pay attention to how you're feeling and know that you are on a new journey and this is a new chapter of whatever is coming. I hope that was helpful. It's at least something you can prepare for. That is what I've got from the tarot for you for June. We've got, if that was helpful, please let me know. If you want to give me a follow, we can revisit this in like another month and see if that any energies have shifted. Thank you, June. All right, Suhani, and then Sports. Are you still here? And then Cynthia, are you still here? So we're going to ask Suhani, how can, okay, cool. June. Well, we just did you. Cool. All right, so Suhani, Sports, and then Cynthia. Is Sports still here? I haven't heard back. So Suhani, we are going to ask a little bit more of an active question. Let's ask more of how can Suhani find out how Shubham's feels towards her is what I want to ask instead. Why did you do that? My cards did not want to shuffle that time. How can Suhani find out what Shubham's current feelings are towards them? We've got Sports, Cynthia, and Phoenix. Sports has not responded. He's in the hot seat, but he has not responded. So Cynthia, you might be in the hot seat. Oh, Sports is here. Okay, Sports is here. You are in the hot seat, Sports. You are on the list to get a free reading, Daisy. I have a list going. Nova, I will put you on the list as well. Phoenix, you are still here, I know. Let's see. Suhani, I think you're going to need to be comfortable with whatever. What is his name? Shubham says to you. You've got the Strength card on the outside. The Strength card to me is making friends with your shadow self, being able to control your inner desires, being able to control your inner kinks, your dark side a little bit, your wild side. On the inside, you've got the Nine of Canes, which is the Nine of Swords. So there seems to be a lot of anxiety toward finding out if this guy likes you. So what I would highly recommend is whatever he says to you, once you ask him, once you kind of get to know him more, once you kind of like do some digging, whatever he says to you, just like be strong with who you are and know who you are and know what you are worth. Know your weaknesses and like just own them. Own your weaknesses. That's what I would say. Suhani, let me know if that was helpful. And then if you want to give me a follow, you can let's revisit this in another month and we can see what the energies are if nothing has changed or how things have changed in general. With that, I would like to move on to Sports and then Cynthia is in the hot seat.
In my world,
You're welcome, Suhani. Sports is next. Cynthia, you are in the hot seat. Then we got Phoenix, Daisy, and Nova.
and better
Sports, what is your question?
energy.
You're on the list.
around me is
If anybody wants to move up to the front of the line, I do have a link in my profile or the description on YouTube on this link that you can do a $5, $10, or $20 bump up to the front of the line, and we can go from there. If anybody wants a reading that way. But sports, I know you've said that you're here, but I got to keep the line moving. If you're not going to answer, I know there's probably a little bit of a delay with YouTube, I think. But sports going once. And then Cynthia, you're in the hot seat. And then Phoenix, Daisy, and Nova.
I do not chase, I attract.
Sports going twice. I know there's probably a little bit of a delay, but come on. Other people seem to be commenting. I don't like to be this impatient. I don't like to put this energy out to you guys. I don't like it at all.
I am aligned with the energy of attraction.
Sports 2.5. I know you said you were here, sports, but I might be moving on to Cynthia.
I trust that the universe has my back.
Sold to Cynthia. All right, sports left, it seems like. Cynthia, I'd like to know if Garrett and I will ever get back together. Cynthia, I would like to ask more of a reconciliation question. Maybe how can I reconcile with Garrett? Is that something? Oh, here. Okay, sports just came back. I'm Capricorn, like very much a person. She is a Cancer. Okay, sports. What? I want to know her. I want to know her to know each other. Sports. That's not really. I don't know what question you want to ask the tarot. I mean, hang out with her. So that's what we'll ask. We'll ask what you can do to reconcile with Garrett, Cynthia. I just want to see. While sports, while you're figuring out your question, I am going to do Cynthia. He blocked you. I think maybe the question, Cynthia, would be more of how can I convince Garrett to unblock me? Or what can I do to help Garrett unblock me? What can I do to prove myself to Garrett to unblock me? Does that make sense?
Good feelings into my body now.
Does that make sense, Cynthia?
I never ever chase.
Kind of tossing between Cynthia and sports right now. But I'm waiting to see what sports says. Or what I can do to help reconcile when he does.
I trust.
But what if he doesn't unblock you?
Figuring this out.
I mean, I want to give you an actionable step towards something toward Garrett. But what if he doesn't unblock you? Should we ask more of a personal question? How can I move on from Garrett? I'm wondering, maybe go back to what I've been kind of doing before is just what's my next step with my relationship with Garrett? Maybe that's what the question needs to be. It's just what's my next step with Garrett? Sports, I'm not understanding your question still. You haven't responded. I don't know what question you want me to ask the tarot. Sure. Okay. So what is Cynthia's next step? Sports, I am not a really good astrologer. It's not my strength. So I'm not able to give you. I know that Cancer is more of a homebody. They are very caring and very emotional. If anybody else has anybody here knows something about can Cancer and Capricorn be together? If anybody can help sports understand that, super cool. But I am not a very good astrologer. Right now we're dealing with Cynthia asking what her next step is with Garrett. Hello, Natalie. So I'm not getting anything from anybody's sports at this point in time. I don't know how to help you directly. Hold on. So this is going to be rather interesting, Cynthia. The card on the top is the King of Canes. Oh, hold on. I read that wrong. Hold on. What happened with the breakup, Cynthia? What happened? So sports, look at Nova. She might be able to help you a little bit. Yeah, and I'm not a good astrologer, so I don't know how to answer the question. Do you know why he said he doesn't want a relationship anymore? I am going to live happily ever after. Okay. So it doesn't want to do long distance anymore. I am grateful. This is very interesting because it makes me the cards are making me think like you need to take a pause, but like communicate with him. So I had like you got the King of Canes. The King of Canes is, and that but what's your next step? You've tried communicating with him and he's blocked you. I don't know. I think your next step is probably just. Okay. The reason why I'm getting a little stuck here is because you've got the Child reversed, which is the Fool. And the Fool is more about being naive. And I'm sorry, sports, that I was not able to help you. I hope that they were able to help you a little bit more than what I was. I'm sorry that I was not able to help you. Astrology is not my strong suit. So with the Fool being reversed, it's just more about naivety. It's being open to new things, open to new adventures. But here you just kind of feel like you've been blocked, which technically you have been blocked. I'm just kind of, so combined with that, and just with this King of Canes, this is the King of Swords. So if you've over communicated with him, your next step, like I almost feel like your next step would be just to kind of like not leave yourself open to him. And like all these dreams that you had going on with Garrett, I think it's time to close them off. That's probably, you're thinking all of this on the outside. And that's what I kind of think that's what's happening here is what I'm getting from this. If that makes sense. Does that make sense, Cynthia? And Shuri, Anu Shuri, I will put you on the list if you would like to. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from the cards. It just, if you've over communicated and you're feeling blocked, I kind of feel like you need to just close off your dreams about him. Hi, Raven. Thanks for joining. I don't think if he's blocked you at this point in time, I don't think he's going to come back, but I didn't get into his energy. I was reading yours. So I think that You need to focus more on yourself right now. And if he does come back, you will know more about yourself when he does, and you will be more prepared for that when he does. Sorry I couldn't share it, Raven. I was trying to share it, but your name didn't pop up in the share thing. And so I just had to keep going. And I'm sorry. I wanted to share it. I just couldn't. If you do want to give me a follow, Cynthia, you can give me a follow. And in like a month, we can revisit this and see if any energies have shifted. And we can go from there if that works for you. So sports was answered. Cynthia, we just answered. Is Phoenix still here? Let's see. Anushri, you still didn't. Do you want a reading? Deborah, I can put you on the list. Okay, Phoenix, you are next. What is your question? You slept in, Raven. Congratulations. I want you to. Yeah. Nitu, I will put you on the list. And then we've got Balaji. Do you want to be on the list as well? Deborah, what dies Aries bring? I don't know. Do you want to be on the list too, Deborah? I think you were on the list at the very beginning. Okay, so Balaji, I will put you on the list. If anybody wants to jump up to the front of the line, I do have a link in my profile to where you can jump up. I don't really like doing the yes or no questions, but if you really want a yes or no question, I will do that one as well. Cool. I will do that. Phoenix, you have been paying attention to how I do my readings. Thank you for all the likes, Raven. So Phoenix is right now. We got Daisy. Are you still here, Daisy? Daisy, are you still here? Daisy, you're in the hot seat.
The better I feel, the bigger and better manifestations become.
If Daisy's not here, yep, you're here. Okay, Daisy's next, and then Nova, and then Nitu, and then Balaji. Again, if you want to move up to the front of the line, I do have a link in my profile or the description on YouTube, and you can pay to become a VIP and jump up to the front of the line. So we're doing Phoenix right now. Hold on, we're declining a bunch of people. Your next step, Phoenix, is to ask for a little bit more attention or to ask to be celebrated in your relationship. You have the Queen of Candles, which is the Queen of Wands. She demands attention, and when she demands attention, she likes to get it from a lot of people. If she's going to get it from one individual person, she is going to take that attention and she is going to demand it herself. You also, at the card at the bottom of the deck, you've got the Six of Candles, which is about being celebrated. So since you've got two fiery cards, your next step is to be a little bit more fiery and burn baby burn. I would really look for attention, ask for celebration, get some, not clarity. It's more of just like demanding attention, ask for a celebration, like ask to be celebrated, be celebration, like that kind of a thing. That's what I would recommend for you, Phoenix. I hope that was helpful. Let me know. And if it was, give me a follow. And if you still have questions about it, we can revisit it in like a month and we can do it that way. Let's see. We've got Raven shared the live. Thank you very much. Raven. Yep. Thank you. Daisy, you are next. Yep. Thank you. You're welcome, Phoenix. Daisy's next. Nova, you're in the hot seat. So Daisy says, will my friend text me back this week? So why are you worried about your friend texting you back? Because we're trying to focus more on your energy. So Nova, This is going out to Nova, Nito, and Balaji. My practice more focuses on your energy and what you can do. We're not going to focus on somebody else's energy. So it's more of what actionable steps you can do within the situation. What does the advice have for you in the situation? So Daisy, I want to ask you why you are worried about having Aditya text you.
I am connected to my inner wisdom.
Jyoti, I'm not sure what that means, that comment. Hello, Marissa. Thank you for joining. And yeah, I mean, cool that you two know each other as well.
I am a conscious.
Nova, are you still here? You're in the hot seat. And then Nitu, you're coming up. And then Balaji, you're also coming up. Nova, Michelle. All right, Michelle, I will put you on the list as well. You are on the list. I'm not hearing from Daisy, though. Daisy, I need you to clarify what we're asking the tarot here. Hello, Darlene. What's going on? What is going on, Darlene? So for those of you who answered stuff for sports with astrology is not my strong suit. If you can answer Michelle's question for me, since astrology is not my strong suit, if somebody can do that. Daisy, you're not answering my question, so I might need to move on to Nova. Did you leave us, Daisy? Darlene, Darlene, you are on the list. Raven can be on the list as well. Raven's on the list. Okay, cool. Raven is on the list. And Darlene is on the list as well. Marissa is on the list as well. Jyoti, I can put you back on the list. You were on the list earlier, but we answered a question. So if it's something different, I can put you on the list. So Daisy seems to not be here anymore. So I'm going to move on to Nova. You have a business plan in your head. How and when should I go ahead with it? Okay, cool. Your question, Nova, is probably going to be more of how should I put my business plan into action? Again, if anybody wants to, I do have a link in my profile or this stuff. If you want to be jumped up to the front of the line, those are your options to be able to be jumped up to the front of the line. So what can Nova do to put her business plan into action? Yeah, I think Daisy left us. I can't keep waiting for her. And if Nova's going to respond, I just can't. I have to keep the list going.
Every day it gets better.
All right, so we're asking for a business plan. Michelle, you're still on the list. I can keep you there. We've got Nova, Nitu, Balaji, Michelle, Raven, and Marissa. And then Darlene, did you want to be on the list as well? I don't remember if you wanted to be on the list as well.
This high frequency arranges itself into physical.
You just wrote Darlene card. Yes, okay, so Darlene, you are on the list as well. You are on the list. All right, so Nova, what can you do to put your business plan into action? All right, you're going to need to take a really big risk, Nova, and it's probably going to be something that you are going to be really scared of. You got 2 major arcana cards. The one that's mostly I'm concerned about probably is the world that is reversed. The world reversed, whenever a completion card comes up for me that's reversed, it makes me feel like the querent has not accepted an ending. So whatever has come to an end, I just got chills. Whatever has come to an end recently and you are not happy about, you have not accepted yet, that is the thing that will get you to go onto your new business plan. And once you are able to flip this card over, you'll be able to understand when to go back to the Fool. The card at the bottom of the deck, which is the most scariest one, I know this is going to be scary to you, but you've got Krampus, which is technically the devil. So I feel like what's happening here is that there's going to be something that you're probably going to need to, I really hate to say it this way, and because we all want to be good people, but like it feels like you're going to be doing something a little devilish. It feels like there might be might get hurt in order for you to get ahead. Putting yourself first, and then it's probably not going to feel that comfortable for you because you probably want to keep everyone happy. But you need to do what's best for your business plan, not who's involved with the business plan. If that's the way to think about it, I would like to. Of course, we'd like everyone to be happy. It just kind of feels like someone's going to get hurt, and it's. But in order to get that business plan going, it seems like you might need to punish somebody. If you're looking at the card, it looks like they're being punished. Just to show you guys, that's what the Krampus card looks like. But that's what it feels like, Nova. So I hope that was helpful, Nova. It does seem like it's going to be a big thing, again, because you have 2 major Arcana cards. So don't take this lightly. And yeah, so that was helpful. So if you want to give me a follow, in another month, we can revisit this and see where some energies have landed. And if you have another question regarding it, we can do that. So Daisy left, Nova's done. Nitu, are you still here? And then Balaji, you're in the hot seat. Michelle, Raven, Marissa, Darlene, that is still the thing that we have here. SMLF, I will put you on the list. Nitu, are you still here? Nitu, there we go. And then Balaji, you're in the hot seat. And then we'll look at Michelle. I saw that you revisited. So let's see. We've got Nitu. S, feelings and actions towards me, please. So again, Nitu, we are going to Shruti. We are going to put you on the list as well. For anyone who wants to jump to the front of the line, there is a link in the description and a link right here, or not like the link, but if you want to go to my profile, that's where you can jump to the front of the line. Just checking my email. No one's done that yet. Super cool. So Nitu, I want to know more about your S feelings. We want to make sure, can we do what can you do to find out S's feelings toward you? What actions can you do, or what is your next step with S? Is that something that's an actionable step that we can find out, an actionable step that you can take in your life? Is that okay, Nitu? Shruti, I have a list going. If you want to jump up to the front of the line, there is a link in the description and that you can go to purchase. If not, I have a line that I need to get through. So we're going to do Nitu. What is her next step with S? What is Nitu's next step with S? Oh, sorry. I thought Shritu. I thought you said, "Can I get it now?" I read it wrong. I'm sorry, Shritu. But yes, you are on the list. I've got Nitu, Balaji, Michelle, Raven, Marissa, Darlene, SMLF, and Shritu. Right now, we are seeing what Nitu can do with her feelings toward, with her relationship toward S.
To shower me with gifts and blessings.
Okay. You have the 7 of Gifts, which is similar to the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles, I usually get a gardening feeling. In the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a garden and someone gardening. But it's like this person is collecting gifts, hiding gifts. What are you hiding from S? Are you gathering information? What are you hiding from him? And also, with the card at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 5 of Candles. So there seems to be too many cooks in the kitchen somewhere, too many opinions going around. And you probably, I feel like you're probably paying attention to way too many opinions about what you should do regarding the situation. It almost makes me wonder how many times you've asked the tarot this question. Nitu, is this resonating at all? What's going on? And then again, Balaji, are you still here? Balaji, Michelle, Raven, Marissa, Darlene, SMLF, and Shruti. Hiding nothing. Is there a lot of stuff that you want to give to him? Like, it almost feels like it, because I'm also getting like collection. There's a collection, like this person is collecting a lot of gifts, possibly willing to, he's collecting gifts so that when it's time to give the gifts out, he can, which is essentially kind of what the gardening aspect is. This might be something that needs to come to fruition later. Okay. There you go. It's okay. His family interference. Oh, okay, that's interference right there. We are in, you're in separation. Okay, if you're in separation, Nitu, I think your next step is to recognize how far you've come with him. Recognize how many gifts you've received or given to him. I don't know that there is an actionable next step to do right now. I just kind of feel like it might be time to it might even be time to pick these. It might, instead of holding on to these presents, instead of holding on to the separation papers, holding on to whatever is putting a pause on the separation, I think it might be time to pick those and give those to him, give those back to him. Make a decision regarding whatever the separation is that you guys have been considering. And that's what I'm getting from these cards, is more of like, there's a lot of people involved in this, and your next step is probably just to give whatever, like pick whatever you need to from this relationship and give it back to him, or release it, is what I'm getting from this. Balaji is going to be next. I hope that helped Nitu. Balaji is next. You've got, and then, so Nitu, if that was helpful, I would like to invite you to give me a follow, and we can revisit it in another month. Yep, I see your question, Balaji. I see it. I'm just waiting to see where we're at with Nitu. Awesome. Thank you, Nitu. Just let me know, and we can pull some more cards in a month to see what's happened. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Nitu. All right, Balaji, and then Michelle. Michelle, you are in the hot seat. And then Raven, Marissa, Darlene, SMLF, and Shruti. And again, if anybody wants to jump to the front of the line, I do have a link in my profile where you can pay a fee to get to the front of the line. Balaji.
But receiving the best of the best. There's so much good.
Okay, Balaji, I don't really like to get into other people's energy. If he is not talking to you and you are in no contact, I do not think he's going to propose to you. So that is, I mean, that's without pulling a card. I don't think he's going to propose to you. Now, what we can ask the tarot is what you can do regarding that situation. But I can't tell you whether or not he's going to. I feel like he's not going to, just out of common sense. And I'm not going to reach into his energy, but we can try to reach into your energy.
Yes, I am magnetic.
What would you like to do?
Attractive prosperity, connected to infinite abundance.
And then Michelle, are you still here? Michelle, where are you?
I know
okay, you're accepting that let's do, so your situation, so let's do your situation. Okay, Michelle is still here. Cool. So Michelle, you are in the hot seat. Then Raven, you're coming up next. I don't like reaching into other people's energies because I don't have permission to do it. Other people can do it. I don't like to do it only because I like the way that I've built my practice is I've designed it to help other people take actionable steps in their own life and to empower them versus letting the universe or other people's decisions make a decision for them. So I like to help the person that is asking me a question take an actionable step in their own life so that they can feel empowered with whatever situation they want to ask or need help with. So that's just my own practice. I don't know if it's necessarily unethical. It's just not something that I do in my practice. So we've got Balaji. Let's do something to the effect of like Balaji. Do you want to do like, how can I move on from this person? How can I move on from Utkarsh? Is that what you want to do? It seems like you're waiting on something, but like, what do you want to do with that? Yeah, that's just kind of my own practice, Shruti. That's what I've been. I got certified from Biddy Tarot, and that the way that I was taught was more of like self-help versus allowing the universe to make decisions for you. There is fate. I do believe in that, but also I believe that you can work with fate to change, not necessarily, I don't want to say change your fate, but to work with it to be more comfortable with whatever happens so that you're not get into such a devastated space, mindset, that kind of a thing. Okay, Balaji, I don't think that's going to happen. If he's blocking you, I don't think it's going to be as fine as before. All right, Rika, I'll put you on the list. Okay, Balaji, I'm going to need to, if you don't have a question, Balaji, I can put you down further on the list. I know you've been waiting, but we need to have a specific question so we can keep the list moving. So what do you want me to ask? I need to have a specific question. I am worthy of this kind of unconditional love. I think my cards are getting mad at you, Balaji, because I can't. They're not wanting to shuffle. So we need to have a question. And I'll give you a second, but I know there's a little bit of a delay with YouTube, but I got to keep this moving. Do you want to do like, how can I deal with this depression? How can I move on from this depression? Like, what can you do what? To move on. Okay. What can Balaji do to move on? There you go. So Balaji is asking what to do to move on. Michelle, you are next. And then Raven, you are in the hot seat after Balaji. Or I'm sorry, after Michelle. Ox Coffee, let's be okay. I'll put you on the list, but let's not. Balaji's going through a little something right now, so let's give her a little bit of a break. But I did want her just to get a little bit more clear on what her question is and what she wanted to ask. That's all I wanted her to do. Because I've got other people in line here, but I will put you on the list as well, Ox Coffee. All right. Balaji, what can you do to move on? What can Balaji do to move on? Be dedicated more to yourself.
I am
And I would probably try to stop talking about Utashi or you what's his name? What was his name again? I don't remember his name. You wrote it so long ago. Utkarsh. I would just stop talking about him. You've got the King of Canes in reverse. You need to just stop thinking about him. You need to stop talking about him, and I would just stop letting him control your thoughts. You've also got the Lovers in reverse, which is Mistletoe. And Mistletoe in reverse, the Lovers is not about finding a lover. The Lovers is more about dedication. Who are you dedicating yourself to? What are you dedicating yourself to? What hobby are you dedicating yourself to? Your job, your money, that kind of a thing. But because this is reversed, I think you need to dedicate your time more to yourself versus Utkarsh. I hope that was helpful. If you want to give me a follow and want to revisit this in another month, we can pull some new cards. With that, though, I would like to move on to Michelle. And then Raven, you are in the hot seat. So Michelle, what was your question? I know you said that you were still here. You're welcome, Balaji. Yeah, really dedicate some time to yourself right now. Don't stop talking about him. Stop thinking about him. Just ignore him. He's ignoring you, so you just need to just not hold on to him anymore. Growy, I think you were Rika, correct? You are still on the list. I've got Balaji is done. We've got Michelle, Raven, Marissa, Darlene, SMLF, Shrunti, Rika, and X Coffee. Is there a committed reciprocal relationship in my future? Okay, so you are still on the list, but I can't do you next. If anybody wants to move up to the front of the line, there is a link in. I'm sorry, I'm pointing to my email. There is a link in my profile. There's a link in the description, and you can pay a fee to move up to the front of the line. So we've got Michelle. So Michelle, we're gonna again put this into your energy. So it's more of what can Michelle do to attract a committed relationship. Not is there a committed relationship in your future? It's what can you do to attract a committed relationship? If you're okay with that question, let me know. Okay, yes, thank you. Then we've got Raven and Marissa and Darlene. You guys are coming up here. What can Michelle do to attract a relationship? Reciprocal relationship. I'm guessing this is a lover because reciprocal relationship could mean family, could mean anything in general, friendship. But I'm going to guess this is a romantic question. If I'm assuming and I'm making an ass, okay, cool. I was going to say, if I'm making an ass out of myself, let me know. You are going to need to be patient. Every time I see this card come up, I get journaling. You probably need to journal a little bit more, get some thoughts out of your head. You are also probably right now going through a little bit of some money issues. So you probably want to get some finances into order is probably what you want to do to attract someone. You probably need to have I hate to say it this way. This is just the world that we live in. I feel like you just need to have some funds available to allow the person that you are with. You said reciprocal. So it's almost like you need to just have some funds available to take this person out to dinner, to treat this person to little gifts and stuff. But in order to do that, I think you need to deal with some financial issues that you have going on right now, whether that's saving some things up or getting rid of some things, selling some things. Like that's kind of what I'm getting here. So you need to be a little bit more patient, do some journaling, and get your finances in a little bit more order before you can invite someone into your world. If that is, I hope that was helpful, Michelle. With that, please give me a follow. And if you would like to revisit this again, we can look at it in another month or so once some energies have settled. You're welcome for that. All right, Raven, you are next. Is Raven still here even? I know you had the strong thing going.
I never ever choose. I attract.
You want the universe to decide. What do you want the universe to decide? Raven, Marissa, Darlene, and then you, SMLF.
I trust that I am figuring this out.
Okay, so this is just what you want, like a general reading for Raven. A general reading for Raven.
I welcome all success and teamwork.
General reading for Raven. Let's just see what comes up for Raven.
Only feeling good, feeling joyful and powerful will do for me.
We've got Marissa next, and then Darlene, SMLF, Shrutney,
I
Rika, and Ox Coffee.
I feel magnetic and effortlessly in my power.
I have no idea what you are talking about, Marissa.
I know that energy attracts like energy, and this is why.
All right, Raven, it feels like you're going to be a little bit on the defensive. If you're not defensive now, you probably will be in the near future. Oh, no, I know who Raven is. Like, yeah, I just didn't know what you're referencing. That's why I was confused. So if Raven, it just feels like you're going to be a little bit on the defensive in a little bit. If you're not defensive now, you got the 7 of Wands. So it feels like some people are probably going to be coming at you, and you're probably going to need to stand up for what you believe in and who you are. On the bottom of the deck, I think you're going to have to work through it's one of these two things. You're either going to, because you're going to feel like you're under attack, you're going to feel like you don't have any power in the situation, or you need to realize that you do have all of the power in the situation. A reverse card is blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. And so I kind of feel like it's going to be one of those two things. It feels like because of you feeling like you're being attacked, you're going to need to stand up for what you believe in, but you're going to be scared to do it. Or you need to just really embrace the fact that you are in the right. Who you are and what you want to do and how you want to live is how you want to do it, and just do it confidently. And you have all the tools in your toolbox in order to do so. And that is what I think the universe is telling you right now. I want to thank Raven for giving me a follow yesterday. We got into a conversation about how to do these lives, and I'm still learning. So I want to thank her for her stuff. Yeah, so that makes sense. That does make a little bit more sense then. If you want to revisit this in another month, let me know. But let's let some energies kind of settle before we pull any more cards, and see how things go with your confrontation. I don't like confrontation either. That's why I feel guilty like when I'm trying to rush people. It's just so hard to do that. But yeah, I know you've given me a follow, but yeah, if you want to revisit this another month, let's look at it in another month. All right, so Raven, Marissa. And then we've got Darlene, SMLF, Shrutney, Rika, and Ox Coffee. General reading as well. Cool. Darlene, you are in the hot seat. You are next. Nettie, I will put you on the list. We have a list going. There's still some people ahead of you. If you would like to jump up to the front of the line, there is a link in the description, and you can go there to give me some to get VIP status. All right, so we've got Marissa. We're doing a generic one. Then we've got Darlene, SMLF, Shruti, Shurti, Rika, Ox, Coffee, and Nettie.
I do not chase. I attract. I love knowing that I am the creator of
Everyone, let's remember to keep liking the live and sharing the live. Let's keep this going. I don't know how you do that on YouTube. I'm just telling the people on TikTok to do it. Finally, another card. For some reason, the last couple of days, like everyone's gotten like a mixture of like 10 cards, and it's just like, what is going on? Like it's like some weird collective energy thing. But we've got for you, so for Marissa, it seems like something's come to an end, but it's a happy ending. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, cool. Whoops, I've moved that. Did not mean to. Come on.
I do not chase.
Blocking my own head now. Marissa, something's come to a happy ending. You might be getting prepared to go on a new emotional journey, is what it seems like. You're welcome, Marissa. I do feel like whatever, there was an emotion probably that you went through with this emotional journey, and now you are now going on to a new emotional journey without feeling so mentally stuck. So this is how I got there. You got the 10 of good cheer, which is the 10 of cups. And again, the 10 is completion. So I like to think of this as the chosen family. There's obviously having a good time. This is completion. You're feeling confident. You have people who love you. You are having fun building snowmen. You are probably kissing someone. You have a lot of cups on this tree, that kind of a thing. Now, the card on the bottom of the deck, you got the the 8 of Canes in reverse. The 8 of Canes is about being in a mental trap. But if you also look at her, she's also not, she feels trapped, but she can easily slip through all of the canes to get it to escape, and she can easily unwrap herself. So because this is reversed, it feels like you have reached a point in this mental trap, or a mental trap that you created because of an emotion. It feels like you have reached an ending to that lesson, and you are now ready to go onto a new lesson without that mental trap and go into a new emotional journey. I hope that was helpful to you, and let me know if that resonated. If that did, or if you would like to give me a follow and revisit this again in another month, we can once the energies have settled. Once I get Marissa. All right, cool. Marissa said cool. We are on to Darlene, SMLF, Shirty, Rika, Ox Coffee, and Nettie. Thank you for your question, Marita. And we got Darlene. You wrote this up here. You're fairly well. Darlene? What's your question? Nettie, I have you written down. If you want to jump up to the front of the line, there is a link in the bottom in the description, and you can go to there to jump up to the front of the line to become VIP. Darlene, what is your question again? I know you've asked it a few times, but scrolling up is just going to be too long for me to search for it. After Darlene, SMLF, are you still here? Oh, Darlene, is John my next person? So, Darlene, I don't ask questions just definitively like that. I mean, if you want, I have a yes or no here. I don't like to do it, but if that's the question you really want to ask, is there a way that we can ask it more of like, how can you make John your next person? Can you tell me a little bit more about John? Why are you wondering why John is your next person? Can you just give me a little descriptor really fast?
I do not chase. I attract.
SMLF, are you still with us?
I am a vessel.
Darlene, where are you at?
Expressed.
SMLF? Are you still with us on YouTube? Is trying come in now. I had a dream about him hugging me. Who's John?
I am so blessed.
Just who is he? SMLF seems to not be in the hot seat right now. I think he left. Shirty, are you still with us? Shirty? New friend. All right, so, okay, SMLF is here. Cool. So you're in the hot seat, SMLF. You're in the hot seat. You are next. New friend. Laura. All right, Laura. Cool. Thank you, Laura. Woman. You're dreaming. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question, Darlene. You're dreaming about John and you just want to know if he's your next person. Can we get a little bit deeper? Like, why do you feel like he might be your next person? Why do you want to ask the tarot this? What's your thought process on this? What's happening? What's going on? Let's ask the tarot, how can you make John your next person? And I'm guessing person, you mean romantic partner. How can Darlene make John her next romantic partner? Is that a good question to ask for this situation? And then, cool. All right. So how can Darlene make John her next romantic person? And then we've got Laura. And then we've got Shirty, which I don't know that Shirty's here anymore. How can Darlene make John her next romantic person?
I am a conscious creator of reality, shaping it with intention.
You are going to need to release some thoughts. You have some mental traps going on here. This is the card that's at the bottom of the deck. So you are having some mental traps and you think that you are trapped into something. There is something, not like trapped, like in a way of, it just feels like you can't have him, or you're not worthy enough, or like there's a reason that you can't have him, kind of a thing, but it's more on your end, not him. So there's got to be a way to work through that. You do have the star that's on the top and it's reversed. So my advice to you would be to find your symbol of hope within yourself. The star is a light at the end of the tunnel. A star is the bright thing that you follow in the darkness. So I would advise you, in order to make John want to be with you, find out understand and accept and confidently use what makes you special and use that in your life. That is how I would approach this. I would understand and know what makes you special, and let him see your specialness because of that. But you've got some limiting beliefs that you need to release first. If that was helpful, please give me a follow, and let me know. And then please give me a follow, and we can revisit this in another month. Yeah, there's some healing that needs to be happening. And then so once you've done some healing in like a month or something and just kind of really done some work, we can see if there's another card that we can pull regarding this. With that, I believe Laura is coming up. And then we've got Shirty. Shirty, you are in the hot seat.
All is well in my world.
Mankobi? I'll put you on the list. Koba, man Koba.
Energy
Didn't want to end this way. What should I do? Okay, let's
is
see.
high vibration.
You're welcome, Darlene. I really do hope that helped. All right, let's see what Laura should do in her situation. She didn't want this relationship to end. What should she do next? Is Shirty still here? If Shirty is not here, Rika, you are on the hot seat. Rika, are you still here? Hello, Emma. Thank you for joining on TikTok.
I accepted one.
Ox Coffee, are you still here?
I choose. I attract.
Nettie, are you still here?
I use my focus wisely.
All right, Ox Coffee is still here.
Things that please me and things I want.
You might be in the hot seat, Ox Coffee.
I am aligned.
You're gonna need to find some healing right now, Laura. Things may not have ended the way that you wanted them to end.
I trust.
You got the 5 of Cups. I do feel like you're gonna need to find some inner peace with it, though. That would be my suggestion with what's happening here. You got the Sun in reverse, and the Sun is all about, to me, in my practice, it's all about clarity.
Sure.
You're not in conflict, but you're feeling conflict. Because there was a conflict, there's a emotional conflict going on within you. Again, we're tapping into your energy regarding the situation. So I know you're not in contact. I'm sorry, contact. So you probably are obsessing over this, yes, but there is some emotional conflict within yourself going on. But I do think that you're going to need to get some clarity, like personal clarity on what happened, and let it. I hate to say this, but like let it go. Somehow you need to heal. Look at what you had before. You've got the 2 cups behind here. This is more of like you're looking at what happened and what you had. Can you look at what I can't? This is mirrored. Can you look at the 2 cups that are behind you and move on with what you do have and accept him as a memory? If you look at this, you've got a rainbow in this picture as well. So is there a way? I think that's just more of accept. I think instead of clarity, let's change the clarity word into acceptance. Once you kind of accept what happened, it may not be able to be fixed. I don't know if it will be able to be fixed, but I think that in order for you to move on to not approach this from such an emotional space, if it does get a chance to be fixed, you need to be in a more comfortable space yourself. I don't think you should try to repair it now. Don't repair the situation. I think you should repair yourself right now. Does that make sense? With whatever happened, you're hurting, but you need to come at it more from a logical standpoint when it's time to correct this. And right now, you just need to kind of accept what's happened and not, yeah. Right now, I just think that you need to find some inner clarity, inner acceptance as to what happened on your end, and just to acknowledge that and accept that and pay attention to the rainbows that you have on the wall, pay attention to the cups that you have behind you, pay attention to what you learned from Francisco. Like, what did you learn from him? And just like use that to move you forward. That's what I would say is what the tarot is telling you about what you should do with the situation. I hope that was helpful. And if it was, please give me a follow and we can revisit this in like another month. And we can see if any energies have shifted. Shirty,
I see.
I've called you out a couple of times, but you haven't responded. Thank you very much, Laura, for the follow. I haven't heard you from you, Shirty or Rika. I haven't heard from Rika. And if Rika or Shirty is not here, I'm moving on to Ox Coffee because sorry, Ox Coffee. I don't know if you're a he or she. They are still here. Let me move this picture down. Yep, I see your question. I've got you. I think I'm still getting likes. Thank you, Darlene, for liking the live. I think you're still liking the live. Okay, so Shirty going once. Shirty going twice. I know there's a little bit of a delay here, but they would know. Shirty going for a 2.5. Sold to Rika. Rika going once. Rika going twice. Rika going for a 2.5. Sold to Ox Coffee. All right, so Ox Coffee. Let's see, I'm trying to prepare for a job, but I can't study for more than 30 minutes. Always some obstacles, no hope, no motivation, get distracted a lot. What can I do to stop this? I want to know why you think you need to stop it, Ox Coffee. I'm a tarot reader for Writer's Block usually. And a lot of writers get stuck in this. I need to write for 3 hours a day to be productive. I need to write for a longer period of time to be productive. I need to do this. But a book can be written in 30 minutes a day. So with your work study, I'm not saying I won't do your reading, but with your studying, why can't you do 30 minutes, take a break, do something else, get your mind clear, feel sleepy. Okay, so let's focus on that part instead of the 30 minutes of the obstacles. Let's see what you can do. What can you do to not feel sleepy while studying? Does that seem like that fits a little bit better?
I trust in abundant opportunities.
And then after Ox Coffee, Nettie, are you still here, Nettie? And then we've got Mankobe.
I am a vessel for receiving anything.
So, okay, let's just do this then. How can Ox Coffee focus in their studies? What can Ox Coffee do to focus with their studies? Oh, I got an email. No one. Okay. What can Ox Coffee do to focus on their studies? Nettie, are you still here? I've got 2 people on YouTube. Who is here? Can you let me know? Can you comment? Let me know. I know Ox Coffee is one of them, but who's the other? Oh, you're still here. Manoki. Okay, cool. So it's probably you. So Nettie's probably not here anymore. So Mankobe, Makoba, you're probably on the hot seat because I'm not seeing Nettie responding. Something is stopping me from studying and I want to grind hard for the... Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to focus more. Do you want to focus on studying or do you want to find a job, Ox Coffee? Because now we're getting into confusing territory. Do we want to focus on you helping you study or do we want to help you grind for a job? Now we're we want to make sure we're asking the tarot the correct
I
question
trust
here.
the process of life. Everything I want is flowing to me.
Both are the same. Okay.
I am in alignment with receiving the best of the
Okay,
best.
but we need to. The way that I would approach this is approaching the most immediate thing,
There's so
and I get that.
flowing
But
into my life.
grinding for a job is after you've passed the class, correct?
I do not choose.
Grinding for a job is after you've passed the class. So let's focus on the class first. Let's focus on the courses first. Let's focus on your focus time. What you said you want to focus more. Let's focus on your focus in your studies first before we focus on trying to help you find a job. Does that make sense? We want to break it down a little bit. Let's not think about everything all at once. You're probably overwhelming yourself and thinking like, if I don't pass this test, I can never get a job. Like, let's not do that. We don't need to add extra stress onto taking a test. Tests are already stressful enough. So let's help you focus on your studies. Let's help you focus on your studies. What can Ox Coffee do to focus on their studies? I don't know what your pronouns are. Mineable. Okay. What can Ox Coffee do to focus on their studies?
I always try. I invite feelings into my body now. The better I feel, the bigger and better manifestations become.
This is going to be a rather interesting way to think about this, Ox Coffee. So I have the Four of Canes in reverse. The Four of Canes is usually about mental rest, but because it's in reverse, your mind is very, very active. So what I would, and this is actually probably might be helping you with what you were just describing. You might need to combine kind of what you were saying and what I was saying into one. So the card at the bottom of the deck you have is the Three of Candles, and the Three of Candles is like seeing the fruits of your labor, seeing things coming to pass, but it's more like, so the Two of Wands is usually a guy holding the earth in his hands, looking at a field and wanting to do something with that field, build an amusement park, build an apartment complex, do a farming city, something. He can envision what the world, he has a vision. The Three of Wands is about seeing that vision coming true, putting it out there, talking to people, seeing who wants to be on your team in order to do that. You've got the Three of Candles on the bottom. So what I want to do is, I know that I was saying you want to break it down into your studies and then your job. But what I kind of think you should do is, what will this test give you in the future? And I think that if you dream about that versus saying what I am going to do next or grinding to get that job, dreaming about what this can do for you, what your studies can do for you, will probably help you. I have no idea what you're asking, Meneshumas. Does that make sense, Ox Coffee? Instead of actually focusing on the job, start dreaming about that job or dreaming about what this test will give you. I have a feeling that you're probably falling asleep a little bit while you are studying, because you are probably just overthinking and your brain is just wanting to shut off. That's kind of what I'm getting from this reading, and I think that you probably need to give your brain a rest and just not stress out so much about what you're trying to do because of the test or what the test will give you. I think you need to just start dreaming and acknowledging how far you've come, seeing how far you've come in your studies, and like doing a check mark about how much further you have to go. Does this make sense? Is this resonating, Ox Coffee? I'm just keep talking, but I'm wanting to make sure that this is making sense. I know it's a little difficult. What probably we also need to do, Ox Coffee, is what we should do is let the energies kind of rest for a second. So this is what I would do if I was studying with a subject and I know that it's going to get me somewhere. Instead of stressing out about what the test will get me, I kind of want to. I would challenge you to study what your life will look like once you have said thing. So I'm going to compare this to writing, just because I'm a writer, and this is what happens to writers a lot. They get paralyzed, or they paralyze themselves because they think too far in the future. Instead of being in their exact moment, the present moment, what they're doing when they're writing, they are stopping themselves from being creative in what they want to create. So what I teach my writers is to be in the present moment as they are writing the scene, as they are creating the character, just let them be in the present moment. And so what I would do with you is I would take that into your studies. And once you start to get a little agitated, tired, a little like that kind of thing, what I would do is what I would do is take a breather and be like, okay, my life looks like I am writing scripts, or I have a book being released once a year. This is what I'm dreaming of. This is what I have done. I have learned how to write the book thus far. How far have I done the book? What do I like? What else do I need to do to bring this piece together? That kind of a thing. And then turn that part of your brain off and go back to your current moment. That's how I would approach your problem. And I don't know that that's making any sense. And that might be what this is too. With past traumas being disturbing you a lot, you probably are not having a mental rest. So I probably look at those past traumas and flip this card and give yourself some mental rest and go from there. And that way you can probably start seeing how far you've come and what else needs to be done in order to bring this thing to life, or to pass this test, or what your life will look like once this is over. But don't stress out about what the next thing is. Just dream about what your life will look like once the test is over, if that makes sense. Give me a follow, and in like a month, let's do another reading and see where this is standing for you, and we can go from there. If you want to. Nettie and Markobi. I'm guessing Nettie is not here anymore. There should be a subscribe button somewhere on YouTube, somewhere on my profile or something. You can also go to my website. There's a link in the description below for the YouTube live, and you can click on that, and there's follow buttons to all the social medias that I have. I want to know if things are going to get any better in my life because since 2020 there hasn't been so much progress in my life. I'm eager to know what the reading will reveal. Okay, so we're going to do a general reading for Markoba. 2020 did kind of stall a lot of people, so you are not alone in that, Markova. So that's the first thing I want you to know is that you are not the first one to feel like your life is at a hold. Okay, there are a lot of people who have taken a step back since 2020, and it still feels like 2020 was just last year. So yeah, that's how I would say that. Yeah, I mean, same with here. I work in the entertainment industry, and COVID really did a number, and then the strikes really did a number, and now we're all just kind of scrounging, and we don't really know what to do next, and no one's willing to buy anything, and so there's no productions, so nobody has work. So we're all kind of just looking for something else, which is why I'm trying to do these lives and get some extra money doing this way. And that's what, so I'm just kind of moving on a little bit while I'm still kind of holding out hope that there's not another strike, because there's another one that's probably might be happening here in another couple of weeks. Until then, I'm just trying to keep a roof over my head. That's kind of where I'm at. But so Mancoba, it's just, you're not alone. Everyone's kind of feeling it, and because 2020 really did a number of us on us, and we're all still kind of just figuring out what to do next with it. Interesting.
I never chase. I attract. All again.
So whatever you're going through, Mancoba, it's really big, and it's going to be life-changing. You got two cards. The two cards that you got are major arcana cards, and the major arcana cards are the big lessons of life. Now on the outside, you got the world, which means something has come to an end. Your old life, probably prior to 2020, has come to an end, and you need to come to that. Like, it feels like you've accepted it. It just feels like you're not almost. You're. So this is what it feels like to me, and this is just got clarification. So it feels like you know that your prior world is done. The prior life that you had prior to 2020 is done. It's over. The world that we all knew has changed. With the list, this is the judgment card. And the judgment card is, I like to think of it as the second chance card. So when you reach a point in a cycle, you have a chance to take a lesson that you've learned and use that to go forward, or not use that and stay where you're at and not move forward. So I feel like with the list being reversed, there is some lesson that you have learned about, been taught, but you are not taking that lesson into your own hands and flipping this over and moving on to the next cycle of life. So just because 2020 happened, and yes, we are all feeling it, it kind of feels like you're just kind of like waiting for the next thing to happen that will help you, instead of taking advice and taking your life into your own hands. And that's ultimately what I feel like is happening here with you. So my advice to you is, whatever lesson that you've learned about yourself, flip this over, use it to your advantage, and go on to a new lesson. Become the fool, be open to new things, try new things, and just go on a new adventure. And also, time doesn't exist. It's a long story to say that, but time doesn't exist. I am not an astrologer, Ox Coffee, so I don't know what Saturn does to a person. I think my moon sign is Aquarius, but I'm not an astrologer. I know my sun sign is Sagittarius, and my rising sign is a Virgo. I think my moon is a Aquarius, I think. Mancoba, are you still with me? I want to know if you're still with us. Mancoba? Hello? Did we lose Mancoba? There we go. Cool. Awesome. So give me a follow. And then next time I'm live in like a month, and I'm going to be live before, but like in another month, we can maybe revisit this and see if there's something else that we need to figure out. But I would take this lesson over the next month, whatever you've been learning, whatever those angel numbers are telling you, whatever lesson that you've learned about yourself, whatever new skill you've learned about yourself, new interest, something, use that to your advantage to move on to the next section of your life. That's my suggestion for this reading and for your generalness of how you're feeling with being stuck in progress. So, I think with that, I've completed the list. I'm going to take a break. I got some emails I need to fix out, probably need to eat something. I've been going live for 3.5 hours. And I actually caught up with the list. So I think it's time I need to take a little bit of a rest myself. Thank you for following me. Thank you for joining me on this live today. And maybe I'll come back. I don't know. I have plans tonight, so I'm not sure that I'll be able to. And I guess I will chat with you guys later.